Hi guys, welcome to the vlog. So when this weekend when I was out for Neil's birthday and we were coming back in the train and my friends were there and I just ignored all my friends and just put the camera down, plopped it down on the table and started talking to the camera, and there were two girls who were sitting across the table from me. I didn't know them, I ignored them as well, and as soon as I started talking to the camera, they just should have left their conversation and they started staring at me. I could sense that, but my attention was on the camera. But that and then afterwards they asked me if they could be on the vlog. If they knew there was only 250 subscribers, they might not have asked that, but I said, yeah, of course, why not? So that actually made me realize that my public vlogging has become much better than it used to be. And this was one of the things that I had mentioned when I said why I don't want to start a vlog, is because I'm quite shy. I don't see myself going out there and talking to the camera in front of everybody in the public. But it has become much better, and once I realized that, then I thought maybe I should share this with you guys as well and see if it might help with some of you guys having the same issues. So this is my 3 tips for public vlogging. Okay, so I have nicknamed them like SAG, so SAG. So first one, S is the script. It's better to have the script ready as to what lines you're going to have, or at least the idea of what topic you're going to talk about and kind of things that you're going to talk about, because some topics you can't write so much lengthy stuff. I'll give you an example. So last I don't know where it was, like last 10 days ago, when I did that episode of Goswami calling Goswami, that was like a dual conversation between two parties on the phone, and that had to be perfect because the sentences, the dialogue, they bounce off of each other. Hello. Hey. Hey, how are you doing? Okay, I guess. So that had to be perfect so that it could be intercut. If I miss something here, then that dialogue, the corresponding dialogue, cannot be used in the from the other side as well. So for that one, when I went out to do that call, I actually had a couple of pages of printouts of the dialogue that that character needed to speak. So you can have that on a piece of paper or on your phone screen or even just in your mind, but should have your plan as to what you're going to say. It will help you. And the first 1 or 2 lines, you should rehearse them in your mind, or at least even out loud before you start speaking, before you turn the camera on. This will help you to get into it. Okay, that's the first thing, script. Second is the attention to camera. So when you are outside, you're in public, you need to have as much of your attention on the camera as possible. If you're walking, then obviously you need to see where you are going as well, but try not to look around, not to look at other things, other buildings, other people, because that will distract you and that will make you feel self-conscious.
So mostly you get two types of clips when you finish a shoot. One of them is where you look at it, it's like, oh, this is...
So have your attention on the camera, on the lens, and then as you get used to it, as you become more comfortable with it, you will be able to look around, you will be able to look at the things you're talking about or point to things like that. But in the beginning, try to have as much focus on the camera as possible and just ignore people. It's like they have with the horses, they have the blinders. So look ahead, have your attention on the camera. Then the third thing is the G. G is for go slow. I'm sure your English is much better than mine. You can speak much more fluently and you don't have to think about things before creating sentences and stuff. But in the beginning, just having that attention being in the public, because when you have the camera, especially if you have a big camera, mine is just the Osmo Pocket, which is tiny, but even then people notice it, and then when people notice, you feel the pressure, like why is everybody looking at me, kind of thing. So that does create the pressure. So even if English is your first language or whatever language you are vlogging in, that's your very fluent language, still try and go slow in the beginning, and this applies both to your physical movement and your speaking speed as well, because this will help you to stay on the topic, to remember your lines. And this is something that I tell my actors all the time as well when we do films. So I tell them, go slow, because the tendency is usually to go very fast, to be fluent with it, but you don't always need to be fluent. And this is something I'm realizing in my reading as well, when I do my reading of the book, my book, the Altitudes and Attitudes that I read, and that is, if I'm reading it, I try to do it like as fast as I possibly can, and that's not a good way to do it, because when you do it slowly, then you can infuse the emotion into your words, and that is important, because otherwise you're going to sound like a robot or sound like a auctioneer, like this is, yeah, done. So don't be like that. So that is my third tip, go slow. And then my fourth tip, bonus tip, is have some additional shots in there. So for example, sometimes if you have done a take, if you've done the shot and it looks like, yeah, it was okay, still be willing to do a little bit of retake work, and even if it was like, it looks okay, but try and do better if you can. But other than that, try to do some completely unnecessary shots as well. Sometimes, like, just turn the camera on, think about, I'm going to talk about this church. Turn the camera on and talk about the church, maybe like 30 seconds, and then turn it off. If it turns out okay, it will be something usable. If it doesn't turn out okay, it's a throwaway take. So you will at least get some practice of speaking with that. And because you are speaking, because you are doing an unnecessary take, which is a throwaway take, that means you won't have that pressure to do well. So, and that sometimes relaxes you into doing better. So try and do some additional shots where you don't even need them, but you just do it for the sake of practice. But try to do them in a way where, like, if it goes well, then it might be something usable as well. So which will add some quality, because quite a lot of time we don't know, when we are vlogging, we don't know exactly what we need, or sometimes we have some visual, we have something which we didn't realize it would be that good. So I've had that happen. I'm sure you have had that happen as well if you've been vlogging. So additional shots, that's important as well. So that is the SAGA, the saga. That's the story of your vlog. Go forth and vlog. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. I talk about all this kind of stuff and other entertaining stuff all the time. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.